I have a coworker who wants quote unquote it all. So she wants a guy who's gonna be amazing in bed, he's gonna be totally romantic, but he's also gonna make a lot of money and he's gonna have a great job and he's gonna, the whole 9 yards. You have to pick. If you're gonna get with a guy that has an amazing job that makes a lot of money, he's not gonna have the time to be romantic to you and like blow your back out. It's just not gonna happen. You have to pick what's most important to you. And the same thing has to go for the men. I think a lot of men don't realize that they're looking for it all as well. They complain that the women are looking for it all, but they don't realize they're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but
And
let me just say this
furthermore,
thing. Let me just say this thing. The issue with what you're saying is, which is a fair point, that like, you have to pick what is your priority, yeah. But the only issue with that is a lot of chicks, and let's not, we're not even talking about bad bees no more. We're talking about average chicks to below
mhm.
average chicks think they're better than the guys who are on the same looks level as them. So
And
once we get into that realm, because I'm sure you've heard of the 80% of women are going after 20% of guys. That's
yes,
including the women who are like fives, fours, and threes. They
yes.
want guys that are superheroes as well.
So let
Do
me,
you know what I mean?
okay.
So that's where it kind of messes up. And you got to remember, women in general, just because you're a woman, you have options. You could be overweight, you could be unattractive, you could be single mother, you could be just horrible attitude, all of that. You're still gonna have options.
All right, let me interrupt you there. Why? Why do we still have all these options?
Guys are weak and thirsty.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. That is it. And that goes into my next.
Yeah, but society has aided and abetted that though.
Sure,
We
but
because
the
back
bottom
in the
line
day,
is,
like when our parents were like young, the world
mhm,
wasn't like this.
okay.
We live in this is a completely new world. We live in the age of social media and the internet. Before the age of the internet and social media, people didn't have the same amount of options as they do now. So if you was an average chick, more than likely you was gonna get with an average looking guy with average money. And you wasn't gonna have loads of guys all over the world telling you that you're hot.
But everybody wants what they want and they want it now and they don't care what was supposed to go into getting these things. Everybody just want
Yeah,
what
but
they want.
everybody can't get what they want. You
And
can want whatever
I
you
am
can
here to
want.
tell you
Yeah,
I
but no,
agree.
but that's not nothing new. People have always wanted what they can't have. That's not nothing new.
The difference is in our parents and grandparents' time, people understood that you can want what you want, but you can get what you afford, or you get what you work for. You cannot have it all. That's we are establishing the difference is back then people could want the world, but they knew they couldn't have the world, and they had to settle for what they could get. Right?
Mm.
Nowadays, you have a lot of people who feel like I want it all. Disney has told me I can have it all, so I'm gonna get it all. The women do it, the men do it too. Y'all do it
Not the
too.
same. It's not the same. There's a lot of guys. Do you know there's a lot of guys out walking around who they've never been on a date, they've never slept with no chick, they've never nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
What are the girls they're
Women,
going
listen to
after?
me, listen to me. Women, from when you lot hit puberty, you have guys hollering at you lot. Even girls
Which
that are not attractive have guys hollering at them. So it's not the same.
I tell the story all the time. You see, when you're unattractive, just like when you guys are short, when you're unattractive as a woman, like you see and understand things, and the world does not sugarcoat anything for you. And so when I was growing up from puberty took its time on me. I can tell you that I was very, very skinny and tall for a very long time. And what I saw was all the guys going on after the high hanging fruit, right? All of them wanted the same girl. Sure, they're gonna throw their net wider stuff, but they all just wanted the same girl. And they would look at girls that were even slightly above them in terms of looks and stuff, and they would diss them and tell them to move because they felt like they were better than that. So I'm saying is, as much
So
as
yeah,
you,
but them
um,
girls still had some guy somewhere hollering at them.
that's not necessarily true, and I can tell you that that's not necessarily true.
Ah, cool, man. I mean, that's your opinion, innit? But
It's my experience as a, you see, King Richard, you've never
I
been a
mean, that's your.
girl,
Yeah,
so
I
you
said, all
don't
right, cool.
know.
Then that's your experience, innit? But I just don't think the way from what I've seen in my experience, I just can't agree with. I can't get down with what you're saying. I've
Maybe
seen girls that are not attractive, bro. Get guys like banging them raw and getting them pregnant and all these kind of things. Blood, if you're a guy who is just unattractive like that, you don't have no money, you don't get nothing. The only thing a girl has to do is be half decent looking, bruv. And you will have some guy somewhere. Because remember, we established majority of guys are very thirsty.
hmm
So that means that if guys are thirsty, they're going to be thirsty after all women. Like, come on, man. It's not just the bad bees that are getting all this attention.
Well, like I said, you've never been a girl, so you don't know, you don't exactly know what it is like on this side. You're supposing for the most.
So you're basically saying you haven't seen women who are overweight who have guys, women that are unattractive that have got guys, women that have
Of course,
baggage that have guys hollering at them. That's what you're basically saying.
of course I do, but that's the thing is about those women is a lot of, well, on the looks part, that's different. But like for the women that are overweight or carry themselves poorly, a lot of these women, they're not getting commitment, they're just getting sex,
That's
right?
not. Yeah, we're not talking about commitment. We're just talking about guys hollering at them. So they
Yeah, but
have
what is the
options of
word?
guys hollering. Hold on. They have options of guys hollering at them. They have
Okay, and
potential. Listen, there's a difference between having potential of things and having zero. There's a difference. Like,
okay.
there's guys out there that have, I would say, there's more guys out there that have zero options than there are women out there that have zero options, blood. As long as a woman is in a certain age bracket and she's physically healthy, she's going to have options. They may not be life commitment options, but she will have somebody there. That's
So
what I'm
to
saying.
for
That's the
what?
difference.
She'll have somebody for what?
That wants to do something with her.
With what is that? Do what with her?
Whatever. Whether it's just
Whatever.
a one night stand, 2 month relationship,
Uh-huh.
friends with benefits, whatever. There's a different. Listen, bro. At the end of the day, it may not be the best scenario and fairy tale marriage scenario, but I'm sorry. What would you rather? Would you rather be somebody who doesn't get any attention at all, or somebody that gets attention, even if it is like a lot of times bad attention?
Yes, they value attention, but let me tell you how women operate. They don't just see the attention as just attention, which is how they should see. A guy is looking at your body and he thinks, what I'd like to do with that body. But they look at the attention as, oh, this guy would love to be with me. He wants to have a relationship with me. That's how they interpret the attention.
So when girls post pictures on Instagram with their cleavage hanging out and all of that, so they do that to get the attention of a guy, or to make a guy think, I want to be with her for
Yes,
forever.
it's
They
ridiculous.
hold on,
That's
hold
why
on,
they
hold on,
do
hold
it.
on, hold on. I don't think you heard what I said properly. So you're trying to tell me that these women who put promiscuous sexual images out there do that to get the attention for a guy, like their main aim doing that is to get the attention of a guy to be with them long term?
Yes, and it sounds counterintuitive, and it is, right? But I'm telling you how they operate, and I can tell you this because
Bro,
I've
no,
had
they
to talk.
don't, bruv. It's for
How,
attention.
Kinship, how do you know? Have you been a woman
Bruv,
before?
because women have said it out of their own mouths, bruv. I think that, to be honest with you, I think because the way you are, you think that the majority of women think like you. They don't. Have you ever heard of the term thirst trap?
Yes.
What is a thirst trap?
It's when you post something like sexy or suggestive to get guys, or if you are a guy to get women's attention for as well.
But isn't that what I just described to you? And then you said it's not for sexual attention.
I was going to go on to say, how many times have you had women on here, right? Say that, of course, they have options. They have lots of options in men, right? There, all these guys want to holler at me. How many times have you had girls say that? And you have to tell them, these guys just want to have sex with you. They don't want anything serious with you.
Bruh, all I know, yeah, is you lot are adults. Like, I find it weird that it's just like, you lot, all of a sudden, it's like you lot just don't understand how the world works in certain situations.
Like I
So
said,
certain
I
times it's just like,
understand.
all of a sudden, you don't realize that if you take loads of pictures in your underwear and you post it all over social media, that men are going to look at you in a sexual way because those pictures are of a sexual nature. But all of a sudden, that reasoning just escapes you. What? Let me ask you a question. When women go out and like become strippers, what do they think is gonna happen? Like, what kind of attention do they think they're gonna get?
I think most of the women that become strippers are just trying to get some money.
What?
I
That's
don't
not the
think
question. That's not it, what I asked you. I asked you what kind of attention do you think they think they're gonna get when they become strippers?
I think they think they're gonna get money. I literally think that's all they go
Jesus
after,
Christ!
just the money.
Listen, no, no. Answer the question. What kind of attention do you think those women think they're gonna get from men, knowing that they're going out there to strip?
I guess sexual attention.
Exactly. So if they
Okay.
know that, if they have the foresight to know that if I become a stripper, I'm going to get sexual attention from guys. Why is it that they don't have in the same brain? They can't understand that if I put out provocative, sexually suggestive images, I'm going to get sexual attention from guys.
I do not know why that connection is not being made, right? Again, for your ridiculous followers. For example, let me give you a simple example. And this is about a coworker of mine. She has a master's. She's highly educated. She's actually a really sweet girl, right? And she told me she doesn't like how when she goes to the supermarket and she wears her short shorts, and oh, she has a huge ass, and she wears her short shorts. She doesn't like how the men feel like they must talk to her in derogatory ways. And so I said to her, what do you expect? If you don't like that type of attention, then don't provoke that type of attention.
Mm.
And she said to me, don't you think that we should be able to dress however we feel? And I said, of course, I think you should be able to dress however you feel, but I think you should take the consequences of your actions.
That's it.
Women understand that when you do certain things, yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but there are consequences that you have to face. A lot of women feel like they shouldn't have to. And nobody wants to hear that you don't have to, right? That's really, and I think it goes both ways. But since we're focused on women, let's talk about the women. I'm not telling you that it's right. I'm telling you how it is. And I think that there aren't enough persons. I think that older women should be talking to the younger ones and telling them how it is.
Yes,
I
I
had my
agree with
father
that.
tell me. I had lots of mentors. In my life, I've had a lot of older women take interest in me and put me under their wings, put me where I am today. However, I just see there's a lot of more women that never had that. So when I have my friend who is older than me, confused as to why these men are looking at her as a piece of meat, I am also confused. Like, how do you not know this?
Do you wanna know?
Her,
Do you wanna know something though? One of the reasons why a lot of older women are not telling younger women what the reality